Hi, my friends. It's your tour guide to the sci-fi side, me, Preston E. Today we're going to look at my top 10 favorite Mystery Science Theater 3000 episodes from the Joe Hodgson years. Mystery Science Theater 3000 is a comedy sci-fi show where one man and two robots are held captive and forced to watch cheesy movies. The show originally got its start in 1988 on KTMA-TV, a local Minneapolis TV channel. In '89, the show moved to the Comedy Channel, a forerunner to Comedy Central. Between '88 and '93, the show was hosted by its sleepy-eyed, red jumpsuit-wearing creator, Joe Hodgson. Here, in order of their episodic appearances, are my personal top 10 favorite MST3K episodes from the Joe Hodgson era. First up, we've got Catalina Chapman from the second season. This movie was quite the departure from the early seasons of MST3K, as it was a departure from the usual slower-paced black and white sci-fi features normally shown in the earlier seasons. This was a movie that was bright and breezy, a musical mystery, perhaps best known for a brief appearance by Little Richard. Woo! He's the only talent in this film, according to Crow T. Robot. It's a bright romp beach party rode up in a stolen scroll mystery, and it dances its way onto my list. Next up, we have a Season 3 monster movie called Gamera. Think Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on steroids with fire-breathing abilities. The initial movie saw Gamera, a destructive and aggressive force who was friend to all children. Kind of like Michael Jackson in a half-shell. Chee-hee! Gamera would spawn a whole slew of movies where he'd battle a myriad of foes, and 5 of these would show up in Season 3 of Mystery Science Theater. Gamera becomes more of a fighter for humanity in the sequels, but the introduction to this overgrown extraterrestrial reptilian places the originator on my list. Number 3 will be Pod People. A strange mishmash of an alien adventure meets pop music meets sci-fi, which sees a little boy named Tommy making buddies to an anteater snouted creature named Trumpy, who sort of looks like an ancestor to Alf. Trumpy is making aliens great again. See what I did there? This hilariously bad dub movie and hard-to-explain marriage of genres in the plot puts this entertaining mess on my list. Number 4 from the Joe years is a holly jolly craptacular Christmas gift that keeps on giving laughs as Santa Claus is kidnapped by Martians from Mars, along with 2 children to show the Martian munchkins the true meaning of Christmas by abducting people and trying to kill them when you don't like the toys they make or something. Anyway, open carefully, enjoy the festering festivities. Number 5 brings us The Unearthly, which actually aired 1 episode before Santa Claus Conquers the Martians, and I know I said I was going to do this list in chronological episodic order, but I screwed up and I'm too lazy to change it, so sue me. Anyway, The Unearthly has got the stars out as John Carradine tries to become immortal by running gland experiments. Yay! This movie is perhaps best known, however, for Tor Johnson's character Lobo and his line, "Time for go to bed." The results of Carradine's experiments lands him a basement full of deformed misfits, or are those early 1990s WWF wrestlers. The episode is also packaged with a hilarious short called Posture Pals, which will ruin your posture as you double over with laughter. Number 6 on the list is perhaps the worst movie ever spawned, as Menos, the Hands of Fate, sees a family on a road trip in Texas getting lost and finding themselves trapped by a cult leader by the name of Master, and his stinky second-in-command satyr sidekick with big knees and a big heart for his master's polygamous place, a man called Torgo. Torgo falls in love with the lost protagonist Margaret and intends to keep her for himself. Played by John Reynolds in the movie, Torgo in the MST3K Satellite of Love host segments is played by later host and head writer Mike J. Nelson. Torgo becomes a reoccurring character of Nelson's in several episodes. The film is infamous for a 9-minute opening of the main characters driving around looking for their hotel minus any maps, GPS, helpful gas station attendants, Shazam! are credits. Number 7 on the list is Ega. Long before Brendan Fraser made caveman fashionable, Richard Kyle brought the fur-wearing, club-toting style to the big screen. Ega tells the tale of a giant caveman who kidnaps a girl named Roxy who almost hits him with her car. Ah, true love. Roxy's boyfriend Tom and her father search for her later, but all those scenes pale in comparison to Big Ega licking shaving cream off his face. That scene will haunt your nightmares forever. Number 8 on the list is I Accuse My Parents. When a teen named Jimmy Wilson is in court over manslaughter charges, he accuses his parents for not giving him a good enough home life. The movie is the second oldest Riff MST3K movie, coming out in 1944. The oldest movie, MST3K Rift, is Bela Lugosi's 1942 movie, The Corpse Vanishes. The movie comes packaged with a short about truck farming, hauling more laughs to you. Number 9 on the list is an infamous movie called The Girl in Lover's Lane. While I won't spoil any endings for you if you haven't yet seen it, this movie has perhaps the saddest ending of all MST3K Rift movies, which causes Joe and the bots to come up with happier endings in the final host segment of the episode. The story of two drifters in a small town finding romance and danger is certainly a watchable and decent enough movie that keeps you on the edge of your seat, and the riffs by Joe and the Bots certainly help the movie's depressing ending become easier to swallow. And finally, my last Joe Hodgson era episode is the last Joe Hodgson as host episode. This movie is called Mitchell. Joe Don Baker plays a big, in more ways than one, police detective on the hunt for drug traffickers, and he eventually falls in love with a call girl. The laughs and riffs are pretty rapid-fire in this episode, culminating in a funny song about Mitchell as Joe and the Bots sing in the movie's end credits. After the movie, Joe escapes in the SOL in an escape pod, leaving head writer Michael J. Nelson as the new prisoner and host of the Satellite of Love and Mystery Science Theater 3000. That about does it for me for now. Did you agree with my list? Disagreed? Comment below, like, subscribe, and share. I've been Preston E. Garrison, and I'm out of here!